Baba Vanga predicted 2026 will be the richest year. 6 zodiac signs will receive $1 million. One of Baba Vanga's strongest predictions stated that in 2026, the world will be shaken by an unprecedented financial shift, and only 6 zodiac signs will be able to rise to the top of material success. This is not a legend or an exaggeration. We are talking about a year when money will become an instrument of radical transformation of destiny, and $1 million will no longer seem like an unattainable dream. Vanga often emphasized that periods of great growth come suddenly, and those who are ready to act will receive more than the mind can imagine. The year 2026 will open up a stream of opportunities that will be felt on an intuitive level. At certain moments, people of these signs will feel a clear impulse to move forward, make risky decisions, and change their approach to money. It is at such moments that the path to $1 million leap will begin. Baba Vanga said that such cycles do not repeat themselves often, so to miss them means to give up your own destiny. In this video, you will find out which 6 signs of the zodiac will get a chance for a breakthrough that can turn their financial reality upside down. Write your sign in the comments, and I will tell you which area you should pay the most attention to. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the main esoteric analyses and unique predictions that will help you get through 2026 as consciously and effectively as possible. Aries. At a time when most people will be hesitant, Aries will begin to act with such straightforward force as if the entire year of 2026 was created for their ambitions. It is this inner structure of determination that will be the key to a major breakthrough. Baba Vanga spoke of those who are not afraid to take responsibility, and among them, Aries stands out the most. Their path to $1 million will not be based on chance. On the contrary, it will be built on a systematic ability to understand the market, adapt faster than others, and seize what others consider too risky. There is no need for promises of luck in this sign, because its driving force is a character that turns even difficult circumstances into an instrument of growth. The key will not be sudden luck, but scaling up what previously brought only partial results. In 2026, Aries will not just increase their income, they will rethink the logic of their own financial behavior. Where there was previously impulse, there will be strategy. Where there was a quick decision, there will be precise calculation. This will not contradict their nature. On the contrary, their character will take on a structured form, as if Aries' energy were placed in a frame that transforms strength into capital. Significant growth will begin with the realization that financial initiative does not require permission. Aries will feel that each action can cover a wider field. This will affect work, business, new projects, investments, and partnerships. The influence of the environment will be particularly noticeable. People will appear who will help speed up the path to large sums, but only because Aries itself will initiate these interactions. It will not wait for support, but will create it, forming a network of resources that will work for it. The turning point will come when Aries stops wasting energy on small tasks. Then the main vector of the year will appear: concentration. It is from this moment that the movement towards $1 million will begin to accelerate. A clear idea will emerge of where to invest time, where to invest money, and where not to invest a second of attention. Cutting out the unnecessary will be a powerful catalyst. In this process, much of what was draining their energy will disappear, freeing up space for actions that can increase capital rather than just maintaining stability. In the financial sphere, Aries will demonstrate an ability to quickly analyze trends. Their natural decisiveness will become a tool that will allow them to enter into profitable opportunities before others. This will affect investment areas, the launch of new products, working with information, and the monetization of knowledge and skills. This is where the most important thing will manifest itself. Aries will not waste resources on doubts, but will replace them with a plan of action. This internal formula will lead to him seeing significantly larger sums than expected by the end of the year. Particular attention will be paid to Aries' ability to manage risks. Not to avoid them, but to manage them. In 2026, his characteristic emotionality in financial decision will disappear. Instead, efficiency will appear. Analysis, comparison, forecasting. Where there may have been impulsiveness before, there will now be a well-founded step. This will be one of the reasons why this sign will be among those who will receive $1 million. Capital will not fall from above. It will be formed as a result of correctly tuned thinking. Another critically important factor is working with personal motivation. Aries will feel internal pressure that will push them to renew themselves. This will not be discomfort, it will become a driving force. Instead of seeking stability, they will begin to seek growth. This internal reboot will open the way to decisions that previously seemed too ambitious. But now, ambitions will cease to be just words. They will become tools that drive specific financial results. The energy of action at the right moment will play a significant role. Aries will not wait for ideal conditions. They will create them themselves. 2026 will be a time when they will be able to see the connection between the speed of action and the size of the reward. Situations that seem uncertain to others will become a platform for growth for them. It is precisely these opportunities, which will arise unexpectedly, that will trigger the mechanism of movement towards large sums. At work, Aries will achieve what can be called a financial breakthrough. They will become not just an executor, they will become a strategic player. This will open the door to increased income, a transition to another level of responsibility, or even the creation of his own financial center where money works for him. Success will manifest itself in the ability not just to participate in the process, but to manage it. His ability to make decisions that determine long-term results will increase. Aries will know when to act on a large scale and when to act in a targeted manner. This will allow them to avoid financial losses and at the same time create conditions for significant capital growth. The most important thing will be the ability to see opportunity where others see problems. This sign has always had a tendency toward boldness, but in 2026, it will take the form of systematic strength. Cash flow will increase not only through work, but also through additional channels. These could be new areas of activity, investment decisions, or partnership projects. Aries will feel that their ability to combine resources from different areas is becoming a major advantage. Thanks to this, $1 million will not be the upper limit. It will become a starting point for further scaling. The final phase of Aries' journey in 2026 will be characterized by confidence. They will stop doubting their ability to work with large sums of money, and this feeling will become the basis for even greater growth. Capital will begin to accumulate rather than dissolve in the process of spending. Control, consistency, and rationality will form the foundation that will allow the sign to reach financial heights. Thus, Aries will join the group of those whom Baba Vanga called the most successful in financial terms. Their path to $1 million will not be abrupt or impulsive. It will be the logical result of a year of determination, precision, and strategic steps that reinforce each other. Taurus. In 2026, Taurus will enter a period where every step will take on special significance, and inner confidence will become an instrument of growth, capable of generating significant financial results. They will move not abruptly or impulsively, but with the depth of calculation that is characteristic only of people who feel the foundation under their feet and do not allow chance to control their path. It is this consistency and stubbornness, combined with a desire for material stability, that will form the basis of the process that will bring him to the level of financial performance that he previously spoke of, only cautiously. The gradual build-up of events will become noticeable at the beginning of the year, when February will force him to reconsider his previous financial habits. Taurus will begin to see that stability is not a state, but a constant process of adjusting choices. This ability to notice changes and respond to them will open up new areas of activity. Financial flows will become logical, with each resource being used rationally. Their strength will lie in the ability not to rush, but to evaluate opportunities through the prism of benefit, longevity, and real potential. March will be the month when Taurus begins to feel the need to go beyond the familiar. They will not do this out of a desire to take risks, but rather because of the understanding that large-scale results come when not only existing experience is used, but also potential that has long been ignored. During this period, they will find an approach to complex processes, negotiations, agreements, and new partnerships. Their attention to detail will become critically important, as it is the small points in contracts, the numbers in documents, and the nuances of agreements that will bring them additional financial benefits. April will bring the first real sense of growth. Taurus will have the opportunity to combine two different areas of activity into one profitable space. Previously, these areas seemed incompatible, but now he will see connections that will allow him to optimize time, resources, and workload. This will create a multiplier effect. One project will begin to reinforce the other. At this point, Taurus will realize that they are capable of not only preserving capital, but also creating systems that work independently of their constant presence. May will be the month when Taurus rethinks their attitude toward risk. Until now, they have seen risk as a threat to stability, but now they will begin to view it as a tool for strategic growth. This does not mean that they will take ill-considered steps. On the contrary, they will develop the ability to identify risks that are worth paying attention to and reject those that only lead to expenses. Such decisions will be based not on emotion, but on precision, and this will be the key factor that will lead them into the group of the wealthiest. In June, Taurus will feel that the internal tension that has been building up throughout the year is beginning to bear its first important fruits. The growth in income will not be accidental, but completely logical. They will see that their financial models are working, and working better than expected. This will allow them to move forward without hesitation. It is during this period that the opportunity to scale processes will arise, to increase the volume of work, enter new markets, and supplement activities with new monetization tools. July will shape a new way of thinking. Taurus will develop the ability to see the big picture, not just 6 months ahead, but years ahead. They will begin to plan with future market changes in mind, understanding which areas are likely to boom in the near future. This strategic thinking will be one of the reasons why financial growth will not only continue, but will begin to accelerate. There will be a sense that the chosen path is the right one. Taurus will no longer doubt that they are capable of working with large sums of money as confidently as with small ones. In August, an important internal transformation will take place. Taurus will stop limiting their own income. They will see that their opportunities are much broader than they had estimated for years. It is this psychological breakthrough that will activate the ability to take on large-scale projects that previously seemed too big. New opportunities will open up related to investments, asset purchases, and participation in long-term financial programs. At this time, Taurus will have not only the resources, but also the courage to manage them. September will intensify the process of financial concentration. During this period, they will make decisions that will affect their situation for more than 1 year. The logic of their actions will become as clear as possible, without distractions. Taurus will understand that the main strength lies in the stability of their choices. This will allow them to abandon projects that took a lot of time, but brought few results. They will be replaced by more effective directions. It is then that a new level of income will be formed, which will become the basis for their significant financial growth. October will be a month of practical results. Taurus will see deals that have been in the works for a long time, and now they will start to generate income. Some of them will exceed expectations, while others will open up unexpected opportunities. They will feel that they have not only money, but also a system that works like a mechanism, and this mechanism can be scaled up. Taurus will be able to work in several areas at once without compromising quality. It is these combined efforts that will bring him closer to the amount that Baba Vanga called the indicator of a financial breakthrough. November will sum up a year of accumulating knowledge and skills. During this period, he will begin to receive income from various sources at once. This will create a financial wave effect that will grow regardless of his daily involvement. Part of the income will become passive, part scalable, and part strategic. It is here that Taurus will feel that his path leads not only to growth, but also to the creation of financial strength that is difficult to shake by external factors. December will end the year with the formation of a new level of financial stability. Taurus will see a real figure that exceeds their previous ideas about the limits of their capabilities. They will feel that they have not only achieved a result, but also laid the foundation for the coming years. $1 million will not be a coincidence, but a pattern resulting from the structure of the year, where each month added a new layer of experience, confidence, determination, and the ability to work with large capital. Taurus will be among those whom Baba Vanga spoke of as the rulers of stable growth. Their path to great financial achievement will not be abrupt or chaotic. It will be built on precise logic, profound decisions, thoughtful actions, and the ability to remain true to their own nature, which will lead them to a sum that will prove their strength and consistency. Gemini. At the beginning of 2026, Gemini will feel that their usual ease in making decisions is beginning to give way to a deeper understanding of financial processes. They will no longer move intuitively. Their steps will become structured and their thinking analytical. It is this change that will become the foundation for future growth, which will gradually turn into a major breakthrough. Baba Vanga spoke of those who are able to see more than others, and Gemini will enter this circle because they will be able to combine quick reactions with the ability to predict. Their path to big capital will begin not with luck, but with the realization that information is the greatest resource. In January, Gemini will focus on finding new opportunities. They will review markets, trends, and promising areas of work. And it is at this time that an idea will emerge that will later become central to their financial development. This month will mark the start of a major analytical process. Gemini will begin to build the logic of future actions, compare models, and assess risks. All this will look like internal preparation for a major breakthrough, which will not yet be apparent externally, but will already be forming at the level of thinking. February will be a period when Gemini will stop doubting their abilities. They will see that they are able to adapt quickly, use information as a tool, and work with large amounts of data. It is this ability, which has often been underestimated, that will be decisive. At this time, Gemini will begin to actively seek new sources of income, consider investment opportunities, and analyze business models. Some ideas will not yield immediate results, but the process itself will lay the foundation for a major financial breakthrough. March will open up a new way of thinking for Gemini. They will begin to see connections between events that previously seemed chaotic. This month will bring a chance to create a project or join an activity that will bring long-term profits. Negotiations will be especially important, as Gemini will demonstrate their ability to persuade, argue, and create favorable conditions for themselves. In these processes, they will begin to earn their first significant funds, which will be a prerequisite for further growth. April will be a month of active action. Gemini will not limit themselves to analysis. They will begin to apply their ideas. Success will come through the ability to work with different formats of activity, combining several areas at once. It is this multitasking that will be an advantage in April. In financial terms, new sources of income will appear. Many former projects that seemed secondary will suddenly begin to yield tangible results. Gemini will feel that they are moving in the right direction. In May, processes will begin to accelerate. Information will appear that will allow Gemini to make an important financial leap. This could be a lucrative deal, an investment, or a new partnership project. They will have the ability to see potential where others see only complexity. May will see the first major breakthrough, showing Gemini that their decisions shape their financial future. This month will lay the foundation for further capital growth. June will be a month of picking up the pace. Gemini will find a new way to monetize their skills or knowledge. What has long provided a stable but modest income will suddenly open up much broader opportunities. During this period, they may receive offers that will allow them to reach a new level of income. This will be a time when Gemini will see that they are capable of working with large sums of money without fear or doubt. They will feel that their financial horizons are expanding. July will usher in a period of systematization. Gemini will form a clear structure for managing their resources. They will stop spreading themselves too thin across an excessive number of projects and focus on those that yield the maximum effect. At this time, they will be able to create a financial model that will work regardless of external circumstances. This will become the foundation for their further growth. July will also bring a strengthening of their business reputation, which will open the door to new partnerships. In August, Gemini will realize that their efforts are working for them in several areas at once. They will feel in control of the situation. New opportunities will allow them to increase their income so much that they will feel the real proximity of a large sum for the first time. Gemini will not lose momentum. On the contrary, they will begin to accelerate. They will learn to delegate, optimize processes, and increase their own efficiency. August will be the moment when they feel the power of their thinking. September will bring an important event related to finances. It could be a big deal, the sale of an asset, the launch of a new direction, or a significant reward for previous work. This month, Gemini will see the results of their many months of effort. Their income will begin to grow steadily. Their ability to respond quickly to change will give them an advantage that other signs will not have. September will cement their place among those who are confidently moving toward large sums of money. October will be a month of financial strengthening. Gemini will gain access to resources that were previously unavailable. These could be investment instruments, partnership programs, or new markets. They will see that financial flows open up when a person knows how to manage them. In October, Gemini will work with money professionally. This will become the basis for further scaling of their capabilities. In November, they will be able to structure all the results of the year. Their capital will work regardless of how much time they spend on active activities. This will be a period when income will come from different directions at the same time. The success of November will manifest itself in the realizations that Gemini are already working at a level that previously seemed unattainable. They will feel confident in their ability to manage large financial flows. December will mark the end of an entire financial era. Gemini will see the real amount of income, which will correspond to what Baba Vanga called the indicator of the chosen ones. They will receive an amount that will confirm their intellectual growth, their ability to work with complex processes, and their ability to use information as a resource. They will end the year with the feeling that they have created a structure that will continue to work for them in the future. 2026 will be a year for Gemini, where thinking, strategy, analytics, and speed of response will pave the way to great financial results. Their foresight will be realized through their ability to see what is inaccessible to others and turn that vision into concrete, measurable success. Cancer. At the beginning of 2026, Cancer will feel an inner movement that will not be like the usual waves of emotions or intuitive impulses. It will be a profound change, as if their inner structure is finally ready to expand and accept what previously seemed too big. The financial opportunities they will encounter this year will not be random. They will arise as a precise response to their ability to combine emotional foresight with practicality. The year will begin with the feeling that his life is entering a phase where stability is no longer the limit. It becomes the foundation for takeoff. In January, Cancer will begin to analyze everything that has happened to him in recent years. His thinking will become more structured, his aspirations more specific, and his desire for change stronger. They will finally give up trying to justify old limitations and begin to move toward a new level of financial independence. This month, they will find information that will be key to their future growth. It could be a new strategy, idea, work model, or opportunity to join a project that will define the entire year. February will bring him the realization that he will be the central figure in his financial processes. Cancer will start to act differently. He will not avoid decisions, but will seek them out. This month will be the point where he emerges from the shadow of his own doubts. He will start negotiations, form partnerships, and track profitable trends. It is their ability to sense the nuances of the market that will be their advantage. They will understand that change is not a threat, but the beginning of a great transformation. In March, Cancer will enter a period of practical mobilization of forces. They will begin to expand their field of activity, open up new directions, and test tools that previously seemed too complex or unattainable. This month will be the first real breakthrough. Income will begin to grow. They will say that when emotions do not hold them back, but guide them, any process begins to work more accurately. Cancer will be able to combine flexibility with analytics, and this will be the catalyst for their financial development. In April, Cancer will be faced with the need to make clear choices. Instead of holding on to everything at once, they will begin to weed out the unnecessary. This decision may not be easy, but it will be extremely effective. This month, they will learn to focus on one direction that will bring the most profit. And although the path will seem risky, the result will exceed expectations. Cancer will see that even one strong project can provide them with a stable income. May will be a period of revealing their professional potential. Cancer will begin to show confidence that they previously lacked. They will be able to take responsibility for big decisions, control processes, and manage resources. They will see that they are capable of working with large financial volumes, and this realization will be a turning point. Some deals will bring unexpectedly high profits, and partnerships will strengthen. In May, Cancer will understand how far they can go. In June, they will have to act quickly. Opportunities will open up one after another, and Cancer will see that they need to move without delay. This will be a test of their readiness to work on a large scale. They will be able to find a balance between emotionality and cold calculation. It is during this period that they will receive the first significant financial result of the year. Money will come in from several directions at once, and Cancer will feel that their system is working effectively. July will bring a powerful leap forward. Cancer will start to think more strategically than ever before. They will analyze future scenarios, assess risks, and predict market changes. At this time, they will receive support from unexpected sources, perhaps from people they have not been in touch with for a long time, or from partners who see potential in their actions. July will be the month when Cancer stops doubting their abilities. In August, they will be able to move to a new level of financial management. There will be an opportunity to invest, acquire assets, or earn income from activities that previously seemed secondary. Cancer will discover a world where money can work even when they are resting. This will be the realization that financial freedom is not an abstraction, but a reality that they create with their own hands. September will strengthen the financial flow. This month, Cancer will stabilize their income and create a new financial platform. They will realize that they can manage large processes as easily as they once managed small ones. Successes will become regular rather than isolated. September will cement a new level of influence and financial power. October will bring an unexpected breakthrough. Activities that seemed routine will suddenly yield results that exceed all previous successes. Cancer will gain confidence that they are capable of working at a level that previously seemed unattainable. During this period, they will meet people or circumstances that will open the way to even greater growth. This will be the moment when Cancer sees the true scale of their capabilities. November will be a month of consolidation. During this period, Cancer will not only receive large sums of money, but will also learn to manage them maturely and responsibly. They will stop treating money as a resource to be guarded, and will begin to perceive it as a tool that enables them to create something new. Cancer will realize that their financial vision has expanded so much that they are no longer afraid of large transactions, big decisions, and great responsibilities. December will end the year with a climax that Cancer has been moving toward, step by step. They will see a number that seemed unattainable a year ago. Their ability to combine intuition with cold logic will be the key to great financial results. Cancer will understand that their path was not accidental. It was precise, consistent, and deeply meaningful. They will enter the circle of those whom Baba Vanga called the chosen ones for great financial success. The year 2026 will transform Cancer into a person capable not only of earning, but also of preserving, multiplying, and directing capital so that it works for years. His financial maturity will become a new starting point, and the result achieved will be proof of the power he has long underestimated. Leo. At the beginning of 2026, Leo will stand on the threshold of a period that Baba Vanga described as a time when the strong will see their true reflection in uplifting events. For this sign, the year will begin not with a sense of movement, but with a deep inner silence, in which they will finally begin to realize the scale of their own capabilities. This will not be a sudden epiphany, but rather a slow opening of doors to a space where its natural charisma will take on new meaning. The influence that previously worked only in social situations will become an instrument of financial breakthrough in 2026. In January, Leo will be faced with the need to honestly assess his own strengths. He will see that for years he has held himself back because of his unwillingness to enter areas where the result depends on determination rather than luck. But this month, an event will occur, not a loud one, but an eloquent one, that will show them the entry point into a world of great opportunities. Their intellect and strategic thinking will begin to work in unison. Vanga once said that Leos see the path before others, but often do not recognize their own vision until the outside world gives them a sign. January will be such a sign, a reminder that he was born for big decisions. February will bring the first impulse for movement. This month, the Leo will begin to understand that his strength lies not in speed, but in precision. He will not take dozens of steps. He will take one, but a strategically important one. This step may be a shift in work, a change in financial approach, the beginning of a new direction, or an investment. And most importantly, they will take it without hesitation. At this time, what Vanga said will come to pass. When a Leo acts, doors that do not open for others move aside on their own. March will be a month of active rethinking. Leo will say that his previous limitations were not external, but internal. He will begin to work on what he had kept in the shadows: unfinished projects, postponed ideas, unused opportunities. All this will begin to converge into a single field of action, which will become the basis for his financial rise. In March, they will feel that they no longer want to give up their positions to those who act less competently but more boldly. Leos will stop holding back. April will be the first real breakthrough. This is the month when their resourcefulness, competence, and ability to quickly build contacts will lead to a deal or opportunity that will change the pace of the year. This will not be a coincidence. It will be the result of systematic movement. Baba Vanga emphasized that Leo gets the most when he acts without unnecessary explanations and excuses, when he does what he thinks is right without waiting for permission. In April, he will act exactly like this. That is why the first big money will come. In May, Leo will feel the weight of responsibility, which grows along with income. It will be a month of difficult but very important decisions. He will understand that the financial movement he has entered requires not only strength but also structure. It is then that he will begin to build systems, accounting, resource allocation, project planning. During this period, professional partners, advisors, or colleagues may appear in their life to help them scale their activities. Vanga said that when a Leo recognizes the need for support, they cease to be a lone player and become the leader of a collective force. June will be the culmination of the first wave of growth. This month, Leo will get results that will confirm the correctness of every decision made since the beginning of the year. It could be a big contract, a win in a tough competition, a large order, a strategic partner, or a significant increase in income. Leo will see that everything he has been doing has started to work at once. And at this moment, they will feel confident that they are capable of reaching a level that previously seemed out of reach, the level of major financial decisions. In July, Leos will begin to work on a completely new scale. Their activities will go beyond the usual framework, and they will see a space where money is not earned, but created. This is the difference between craftsmanship and leadership. In July, Leo will become a leader. He will see that he can influence not only his own income, but also the market, people, and processes. It is in this month that he will form a model that will be the key to obtaining the large sum that Vanga spoke of when she described the 6 who open the door to their own wealth. August will be a month that tests his strength. Leo will face the fact that any growth requires stability. Situations will arise that will require a quick response. Problematic partners, changes in conditions, pressure from external circumstances. But this is where Leo will show that his inner core is stronger than any obstacle. Vanga said, "When Leo is not afraid, the year bows down before him." This is exactly what will happen in August. Circumstances will try to knock him off course, but he will not back down. September will open a second wave of financial growth. Leo will start to grow again, but at a much higher level. It will be a month of concentration, where each of his choices will have a huge impact. He will begin to think on a scale that previously seemed too ambitious. Large assets, large-scale investments, significant transactions. This will not be a dream, but concrete actions. Leo will act with such cold confidence that even competitors will recognize his strength. October will be a month of recognition. Leo will see that his influence, effectiveness, and professionalism have become obvious to those around him. People will start approaching him with offers, and opportunities will appear on their own. At this time, they will gain access to resources that were previously blocked or closed in more. October, Leo will take a step that will bring them closer to the very financial indicator that Vanga spoke of as a measure that will open the way to a new reality. In November, the key event of the year will take place. Leo will make a decision that will determine his position in the financial world for years to come. It could be a large-scale sale, a strategic merger, entry into a new market, or the completion of a major project. It is this decision that will bring him the amount he had previously not dared to mention aloud. Vanga said that in the year of his rise, Leo does not receive, but takes what is his. In November, he will take it. December will end the year with a result that will prove that Leo was not just moving in the right direction, he was dominating. He will reach the financial peak not by accident, but naturally. His sum will be the answer to all his previous efforts. It will not be a gift, but an assessment of his strength, dignity, endurance, strategic thinking, and ability to act in a timely manner. The Leo will end the year where Vanga saw 6 rising above their own limits. For Leo, 2026 will not be a year of effort, but a year of affirmation. He will receive $1 million not as an achievement, but as confirmation. Confirmation that his nature is made for great movement, high decisions, and large-scale results. Virgo. At the beginning of 2026, Virgo will find herself in a state of internal tension that will not be associated with fear or uncertainty. It will be a precise, almost mathematical impetus for change, which Baba Vanga described as the moment when order gives birth to power. During this period, Virgo will feel that her long-accumulated analytical skills, attention to detail, and need for precision are transforming from tools of control into weapons of growth. She will not look for easy ways. She will build those that guarantee results. It is this internal restructuring that will become the foundation and for a year in which finances will be subject to her ability to see structure where others see chaos. In January, Virgo will begin to analyze processes that have long since lost their effectiveness. She will cease to tolerate mistakes and inaccuracies. Anything that does not contribute to development will be pushed aside. There will be a determination to close old projects, change working methods, and review plans. This will not be a revolution. It will be a profound, precise redesign of her life, which Baba Vanga described as replacing old mechanisms with new ones, created within the power of a person who sees the root. This month, Virgo will find a model of activity that will open the way to big capital. February will be a period of laying the groundwork. Virgo will begin to form systems, that will ensure her stable development. She will make decisions not impulsively, but based on proven data, forecasts, and analyses. It is in February that the first financial opportunity will appear, related to a new direction or scaling of existing activities. Virgo will see that her attention to detail is paying off. She will understand that the more accurately she works, the more chances she has of achieving what Vanga spoke of, a financial result that changes her status. In March, Virgo will move into an active phase. She will no longer doubt her ability to work with large amounts of information and resources. Unlike other signs, Virgo will not spread its energy in 10 directions. It will invest in one, but the right one. It is in March that it will begin to move at a speed rarely seen before. This will be strategic speed, not a chaotic rush, but a precise calculation. Income will begin to grow gradually but steadily. All processes that previously seemed complicated will now become predictable. In April, Virgo will feel that their income is beginning to multiply. During this period, they will be able to see a direct connection between their work and the result. A great opportunity will appear on the horizon, the most valuable one in recent years. It could be a partnership, an investment, or a large-scale contract. Virgo will approach this not emotionally, but through analysis, and this is what will lead to success. Baba Vanga said that Virgo is able to see danger where others see profit, and see profit where others see difficulties. In April, she will make a choice that will determine the entire financial year. In May, Virgo will begin to work in a mode that previously seemed unattainable. It will be a time of maximum concentration and self-discipline. She will know that every day counts. It is in May that Virgo will create a structure that will provide a stable income for the coming months. This period will be busy with work, but the result will exceed expectations. She will see the first large sums, but more importantly, she will see that she is capable of moving forward. In June, Virgo will face a moment that will change her attitude towards finances. She will realize that she can not only earn money, but also manage large resources. This month, she will make a decision that will be key in the process of accumulation. This could be an investment in a new area, the acquisition of an asset, or a move to a higher professional level. Virgo will see that her analytical skills allow her to avoid the risks that others recklessly take. Vanga emphasized that Virgo's strength lies in her ability to act quietly, but with maximum effect. July will be a period of stabilization. This month, Virgo will feel that her financial system is working independently, almost automatically. She will be able to afford to slow down, not because of fatigue, but because the processes are already in place. This will allow her to analyze new opportunities, review her strategy, and plan further actions. July will prepare her for the second stage of her financial breakthrough. In August, Virgo will once again reach a high level of activity. This will be a month when she will feel the power of personal control over everything she has created. A new direction of activity will begin to bring profit. She will be able to combine several streams of income, and this will lead her to the financial point that Baba Vanga called the limit of potential disclosure. In August, Virgo will realize that she is close to a result that previously seemed unattainable. In September, an event will occur that will accelerate her progress. It could be a new major client, an unexpectedly profitable collaboration, or information that will allow her to optimize her work. Virgo will have the opportunity to take a step that will increase her income several times over. During this period, her analytical mind will work with maximum accuracy. She will see prospects for months ahead, and every prediction will turn out to be correct. September will be the month when Virgo realizes that she is already on the home stretch to a large sum. October will bring a structural breakthrough. Virgo will be able to create a system that will allow her to earn income, regardless of external circumstances. This will be a transition to a completely different level, the level of management, not execution. In October, Virgo will stop worrying about minor issues. She will work with large numbers and see that managing them is much easier than it seemed. During this period, she will master what Vanga said. When Virgo sees the direction, she is not mistaken in scale. In November, Virgo will achieve a culminating result. It will be a month of completed deals, profitable transactions, and successful investments. Virgo will see numbers that seemed fantastic a year ago. But now it will not be a fantasy, but a logical conclusion to a year in which she worked more accurately than ever. November will be the month that opens the door to the financial reality that Vanga spoke of as the primary peak of the Earth sign's power. December will end the year with affirmation. Virgo will say that she has not just earned a large sum of money, she has created a system that can continue to bring in such sums in the future. At this moment, she will realize that 2026 was the year in which her attentiveness, structure, logic, and hard work turned into real financial success. She will become one of those whom Baba Vanga called those who take what is theirs through the power of the mind, not by chance. 2026 will turn Virgo into a financial force to be reckoned with. She will not seek luck. She will create it herself. And that is why she will achieve results that will prove her ability to rise where others retreat. Libra. At the beginning of 2026, Libras will find themselves at a point where the inner balance they have been trying to maintain for years will begin to transform into a force capable of influencing events. It will not be a slow or delicate process. It will be the exact moment that Baba Vanga said, "When the scales are balanced, the world begins to balance itself under them." This is exactly what will happen. Everything that previously seemed shaky, chaotic, or unstable will suddenly begin to line up in a logical sequence of events leading to financial growth. In January, Libras will begin to understand that their strength lies not in speed, but in the ability to weigh each step. This will be a month of deep analysis. They will evaluate their past decisions with the precision of a professional strategist. What worked? What caused losses? Where methods need to be changed? During this period, Libras will find an idea that they have long put off, and it will be the key to future events. Baba Vanga said that Libras get the most when they stop doubting their own righteousness. And in January, this doubt will indeed disappear. In February, Libras will begin to move forward with the inner confidence that their analysis was correct. This month, they will receive the first financial signal that they have chosen the right path. This could be a new client, an unexpected offer, a successful sale, or a situation in which they prove themselves stronger than expected. The financial sphere will begin to pick up speed, but not due to chaotic opportunities, but thanks to the accuracy of decisions. In February, Libras will feel that they are beginning to act as rational, balanced players. March will be a month of heightened perception. Libras will begin to notice what others miss, valuable details, financial patterns, and peculiarities in their partner's behavior. Their ability to analyze situations from different angles will work as a mechanism for accurate prediction. During this period, they will be able to make important decisions that will become the foundation of their financial rise. In April, Libras will reach their first serious level of action. It will be a month of actively forming connections. Their professional environment will begin to respond to them differently. Libras will appear more focused, decisive, and organized. At this time, they will be able to access projects or opportunities that were previously unattainable. It is in April that Libras will feel that their diplomacy and ability to balance conflicting processes are becoming a value that can be monetized. May will bring an important event, which Vanga described as a turning point. This will be a period when Libras will finally be able to make a decision that they have been putting off for years. This could be the end of a partnership, a transition to a new level of activity, business expansion, or an investment. They will take a step that will change the financial landscape, and this step will be precise, deliberate, and correct. May will open the way for them to stable financial growth. In June, Libras will begin to see results. This will be the month of their first significant profits. They will see that their approach, not impulsive, not chaotic, but structured, is beginning to give them a huge advantage. Their income will begin to grow from specific sources: partnerships, deals, repeat orders, and investment decisions. In June, Libras will realize that they have embarked on a path of financial growth that cannot be stopped. In July, they will find themselves in a situation where they will have to make a difficult choice. But now they will not be afraid of decisions. On the contrary, Libras will begin to feel that they are the ones who set the balance. In July, they will be able to strengthen their position in the market, in their profession, or in business. It will be a month when Libras will demonstrate stability even in unstable circumstances. And this is what will bring them respect and support from those around them. In August, they will experience their first major financial breakthrough. This month, Libras will receive a sum of money that will change their perception of their own capabilities. It could be a contract on favorable terms, a sale that exceeds expectations, or a project that unexpectedly brings in significant income. Vanga said that Libras receive the most when they have maintained balance for a long time, despite trials and tribulations, and August will confirm this. In September, Libras will enter a phase of professional maturity. They will no longer hesitate. During this period, they will begin to think in terms of big decisions, scaling, investing, creating a system that will work independently of their direct involvement. They will see that capital can not only increase, but also multiply. Opportunities will appear on the horizon that will allow them to move to a whole new level. October will be a month of strategic reinforcement. Libras will receive resources that will allow them to stabilize everything they have created since the beginning of the year. It will be a time of optimization, redistribution, and systematization. They will be able to turn temporary income streams into permanent ones. During this period, Libras will feel that the financial structure they have built has become strong enough to move them forward, even during changes in the outside world. November will be the culmination of the year. It is in this month that Libras will receive the result that Baba Vanga described as a reward for precision of action. They will receive money that exceeds their perception of their own limits. This will not be a coincidence or a gift of fate. It will be the logical conclusion of their ability to maintain balance in chaos. Libras will see that their strategy has brought them to a point where they are among the most successful in financial terms. December will end the year with the establishment of financial power. Libras will finally understand that 2026 was not a leap, but a structural transition. They will not just earn 1 million, they will create a model that will allow them to repeat this result in the future. Their strength lies in the fact that they do not strive for extremes. They maintain balance, and balance is the foundation of great capital. Baba Vanga said that Libras are able to hold on to what others lose and multiply what others ignore. In 2026, this will be their reality. 2026 will transform Libras into a center of stability and growth. They will become those who earn big money not through risk, but through precision, not through impulse, but through understanding. And that is why they will join the select group that Vanga spoke of as those who will build their own financial reality. Scorpio. At the beginning of 2026, Scorpio will be on the verge of a period that Baba Vanga described as a time when hidden forces come to the surface and change what seemed unchangeable. For this sign, the year will begin not with easy movement, but with a profound transformation, internal work that will become the basis for its financial rise. There are no superficial changes for Scorpio. Every step it takes in 2026 will be the result of deep rethinking, determination, and a willingness to act without fear. Their path to 1 million will not be smooth or easy, but it will be precise and inevitable, because Scorpios are among those whom Vanga called the rulers of hidden power that awakens at a certain time. In January, Scorpios will begin to feel that something in their professional or financial sphere no longer meets their internal standards. This will be the month when they begin to clear their path of outdated limitations, unnecessary partnerships, secret doubts, and inconvenient obligations. Scorpios are not afraid of drastic decisions, and it is in January that they will make them. This will be the first sign that the year will be momentous. Scorpios will begin to act as if the world is finally ready to accept their power. Vanga said, "When a Scorpio stops looking back, the earth moves beneath their feet." In February, Scorpio will encounter an opportunity that at first glance will seem uncertain. But where others see risk, he will see potential. This month, he will begin to build a financial platform that will become the main structure for the entire year. This could be a new activity, scaling up an old one, a partnership, or an investment direction. Scorpio will feel that his ability to analyze and control processes gives him an advantage. Financial flows will begin to form around his decisions, and his influence will grow. March will be the month when Scorpio stops working in the shadows. He will openly enter the professional space, and this will immediately bring results. At this time, they will be able to make deals that were previously unavailable. Their word will carry weight, and their confidence will be noticeable to others. People will seek their advice, and this is what will create new opportunities. Scorpios will see that their ability to control their emotions gives them the ability to act rationally even when others panic. March will be the first month of real growth. April will open up a deep understanding of how the market, money, and resources work. It will be a month of strategic thinking. Scorpio will stop participating in small processes and start forming large ones. He will begin to manage not tasks, but directions. It will be a transition from executor to strategist. Baba Vanga said, "Scorpio finds strength where others see only a wall." In April, he will see not a wall, but a door, and he will open it. In May, Scorpio will make a sharp leap forward. This month will mark the beginning of his first financial breakthrough. He will earn more money than he has ever earned before. Projects will start to yield results faster than he expected. Scorpio will know that this is only the beginning. He will start working on a different level of influence, controlling, supervising, directing. In May, he will feel that he can now afford to move quickly, take reasonable risks, and win more than others can imagine. In June, an important test awaits him. He will face not a problem, but the need to scale processes. This will be the moment when he has to choose between the safe path and the path that leads to big money. Scorpio will choose the latter, and he will do so without hesitation. He will find people with whom he can join forces, or tools that will increase his influence. In June, they will realize that they cannot continue to work in small steps. They must act on a large scale. In July, Scorpios will reach a new level of control. This will be the month when they will be able to build structures that will work without their constant involvement. Perhaps they will create a team, automate processes, and divide areas of activity. They will begin to see money not as a goal, but as a mechanism. They will realize that they are capable of managing it as precisely as they manage their emotions. Vanga said that Scorpios have the ability to see ahead, and in July, this prediction will become reality. In August, development will accelerate sharply. Scorpio will enter a month that will be one of the most profitable of the year. His activities will begin to bring in consistently large sums. This will be the moment when he stops doubting his right to wealth. He will sense that the level he has achieved is not a coincidence, but a pattern. Their persistence, strategic thinking, ability to predict and control, all of this will work in unison. August will be the month when Scorpios see that $1 million is no longer an abstraction. In September, an event awaits them that will change the entire financial year. It could be a partnership, the purchase of an asset, a large-scale deal, or a merger. Scorpios will make a decision that will determine their position in the market for several years to come. They will no longer see themselves as part of the system. They will start building their own, and that will be the key. Vanga said, "When Scorpios take what belongs to them, the world ceases to resist." That is exactly what will happen in September. October will be a month of cold power. Scorpio will work discreetly but brilliantly. All financial decisions will be accurate, without emotion or hesitation. He will be able to raise his income to a level that corresponds to his status as a leader. During this period, people will begin to come to him with requests, proposals, and pleas. They will become the center of gravity. And that's when they will realize that they are no longer looking for opportunities. They themselves are the point around which they arise. In November, Scorpios will experience a major financial breakthrough. It will be the month when they cross the line that Vanga referred to as the seal of power. They will receive the largest sum of money in their life. And the most interesting thing is that he will be ready for it. Because this year has made him not just strong, but strategic, stable, and precise. November will give Scorpio a result that he will not lose, because he will achieve it through his own actions. December will end the year of affirmation. Scorpio will see that $1 million is not the peak, but a platform. They have created a structure that can bring in such sums regularly. In December, they will feel that they no longer depend on the outside world. Now the world reacts to them. They will become a symbol of the power that Baba Vanga said. Scorpio rises only when the world is ready, and the world never forgets it. The year 2026 will make Scorpio one of the most powerful financial signs. He will not just receive money, he will gain power over his own reality. And it is this power that will become the basis for his future achievements. Sagittarius. At the beginning of 2026, Sagittarius will enter a period that Baba Vanga described as a time when fire ceases to be an element and becomes a direction. This will be the moment when Sagittarius's inner strength ceases to be scattered across a multitude of ideas and finally focuses on a single vector, opening a direct path to a major financial breakthrough. The year will begin with the feeling that everything that seemed chaotic suddenly becomes precise. Sagittarius will no longer run from one opportunity to another. They will begin to form their own. And this will become the basis of what Vanga called fire that does not burn, but shines. In January, Sagittarius will feel that their main strength is not speed but foresight. They will begin to evaluate processes not from the perspective of immediate benefit, but from the perspective of strategic results. This month, they will discover an opportunity that was previously invisible due to an excess of work. It could be an idea, a partnership, access to a new market, an investment model, or a skill that they had previously underestimated. Sagittarius will understand that the path to $1 million does not begin with action, but with vision. Vanga said that the path opens up for Sagittarius only when he looks not at the obstacle, but at the horizon. In January, the perspective will become clear. In February, Sagittarius will start moving. It will be a month of active but not chaotic action. He will put forward ideas, build strategies, and test new ways of working. His natural courage will become a tool that will allow him to go where others are afraid to even think about starting. Financial flows will begin to respond to his activity. In February, he will receive his first real profit, which will be a signal that he is on the right track. March will be the month when Sagittarius will feel the true power of luck, but not the primitive kind often mentioned in horoscopes, but the kind that Vanga spoke of. Luck comes where there is movement and truth. Sagittarius will act honestly, transparently, and boldly, and this will bring him the support of influential people. He will be able to receive an offer that will significantly increase his opportunities. In March, he will learn to use his ideas as capital. In April, Sagittarius will begin to scale up his activities. It will be a month when his every step will pay off. They will stop fragmenting processes and focus on what brings the greatest effect. At this time, they may create a team or bring in a partner. Their natural ability to inspire will be the key to financial success. April will be a month that will force Sagittarius to act on an even larger scale, not because of desire, but because of opportunity. In May, Sagittarius will make their first major financial breakthrough. This month could bring a significant amount of money that will change their attitude toward money. They will see that their strategy is working. Success will not be accidental. It will be the result of the systematic movement that Sagittarius has been making since the beginning of the year. In May, they will reach a level where money will cease to be a problem. It will become a resource for even greater steps. In June, a difficult but very important decision awaits them. Sagittarius will face a choice: to stay in their comfort zone, or to move forward to a scale that frightens many. They will choose the latter. This month, they will accept an offer or form a project that will take them to a whole new level of financial power. Vanga said, "Sagittarius does not rise until they stop being afraid of heights." In June, that fear will disappear completely. In July, Sagittarius will enter a phase of stable growth. This will be the month when income begins to multiply regularly. They will find a way to scale processes so that they bring results regardless of their emotional state or mood. Sagittarius will become more disciplined than ever before. They will feel satisfaction from controlling large processes. In August, a moment will come that will change everything. Sagittarius will gain access to professional circles or financial instruments that were previously unavailable. This could be a large investor, a partnership contract, a meeting with an influential person, or an entry into a new industry. In August, Sagittarius will become someone who is visible from afar. Their name will begin to be mentioned in places where they were previously unknown. It will be a month of status. In September, Sagittarius will begin to work on a scale that previously seemed fantastic. They will stop thinking in terms of tens of thousands. They will start thinking in terms of hundreds of thousands and millions. This month, they will make financial transactions that will radically increase their assets. They will start buying instead of selling, investing instead of saving, expanding instead of limiting themselves. September will be a month of financial maturity. In October, Sagittarius will become a financial strategist. They will control processes easily, confidently, without internal pressure. During this period, they will feel that money comes to them in proportion to the scale of their decisions. They will not waste energy on trifles. They will work with systems. October will be the month when Sagittarius realizes that they are no longer just a market participant. They are creating their own market. The culmination will occur in November. Sagittarius will receive the amount that Vanga said. Money that comes where a person has finally allowed themselves to take what is theirs. It will be the largest amount in 2026. It could be a successful sale, investment, deal, or the result of a year's work. Sagittarius will see with their own eyes that their path was right from the very beginning. In December, they will enter a state of financial abundance. Sagittarius will understand that $1 million is not the limit, but the first serious stage. They will look to the future with a confidence that they have long lacked. December will cement their status among those whom Vanga called the chosen ones for great growth. The year 2026 will transform Sagittarius into a person who not only acts, but also leads. He will become a symbol of movement, courage, and big thinking. And that is why his $1 million will not be a reward, but a confirmation of the power he has long carried within himself. Capricorn. At the beginning of 2026, Capricorn will feel a change that Baba Vanga described as the moment when the earth begins to lift up those who knew how to stand firm. For this sign, the year will begin not with a burst of energy, but with a deep awareness of their own strength. Their inner stability, discipline, logic, and ability to work where others give up will become the basis for the most significant financial rise in recent years. They will enter 2026 with the feeling that time has finally aligned with their pace, and the earth, which previously seemed to resist, is beginning to help. Capricorn will see that the preparation he has been doing for years is becoming his main weapon. In January, he will begin to analyze his achievements and shortcomings with the precision of a person who has long been accustomed to working with big tasks. Capricorn will see that his previous efforts are finally ready to turn into results. They will begin to choose new directions for their activities, regardless of minor fears or hesitations. Their thinking will become even more resolute. They will understand that the strongest year financially begins with a clear review of priorities. January will give them the first signal that $1 million is not a dream. It is a structured goal. In February, Capricorns will begin to act. He will make decisions that should have been made long ago. He will close unnecessary projects, remove toxic partners, and change his approach to work. Logic and strength of character will lead him on the path that Baba Vanga called the road of those who do not look at the weather, but look at the summit. This is what February will be like, the month of the beginning of the rise. Capricorn will begin to expand its activities and look for those points of support that will have the most powerful effect. In March, it will experience its first major breakthrough. This month, an opportunity will arise that was previously unavailable. It could be an investment, a new business direction, a partnership, or a major deal. Capricorn will approach this without emotion, only through analysis, determination, and a willingness to take responsibility. This is what will allow them to outperform their competitors. In March, for the first time in a long time, they will feel that the world is not resisting them, but showing them the way to success. April will be the month when Capricorn sees their first significant financial results. They will not appear suddenly. They will be the logical result of all the decisions they have made since the beginning of the year. Capricorns will see that their system works. Their income will grow, but most importantly, they will feel confident. They will stop doubting their own strategy. It is in April that they will realize that they can work with large sums of money without fear. In May, Capricorn will move on to the second stage of their rise. They will begin to think not in terms of months, but in terms of years. At this time, they will be able to see prospects that others do not even notice. Their ability to build structures will be the key to scaling their activities. Baba Vanga said that Capricorn draws strength not from outside, but from the depths of their own confidence. In May, they will truly feel this confidence. In June, they will face a choice. They will have to decide whether to move to a new level of responsibility. This will be the month when they either take the boldest step in their career or stay where they are. But Capricorns are not the type to stay put. They will choose the path of growth. It is in June that he will receive his first very large sum of money, an indication that he is moving in the right direction. In July, Capricorn will become a person who manages processes rather than simply participating in them. He will learn to delegate, build teams, and organize work at a high level. His activities will become more ambitious than ever. They will begin a controlled expansion, and it will have a huge effect. July will be the month when Capricorns begin to be talked about as strong players. In August, they will gain access to new financial opportunities. This could be an investment offer, a major partner, a deal, or access to resources that were not available before. His name will begin to be associated with stability, strength, and reliability. This is what will attract big money to him. Vanga said that Capricorn has no chaos. He has stairs that lead upward. In August, he will climb step by step toward his goal. In September, they will face the most difficult but most important decision of the year. This will be the moment when they will have to leave everything old behind, even if it seems safe. Capricorns will understand that great growth requires sacrifice. They will make this decision calmly, firmly, and without emotion. This will be a turning point. After September, their path will begin to accelerate sharply. In October, Capricorn will begin to work on a scale that previously seemed unattainable. They will conclude large deals, control significant flows, and create systems that work without fail. October will be the month when they finally feel that they can manage large finances as easily as they previously managed small ones. They will see that their strategy has become unshakable. November will be the culminating moment. Capricorns will achieve their greatest results in 2026. This will be the month when they finally see the number that Baba Vanga said, money that comes to those who did not break when others fell. November will symbolize that his work, discipline, and determination were not in vain. He will approach the 1 million mark. In December, Capricorn will end the year at the highest financial level imaginable. He will not just receive a lot of money, he will create a system that will allow him to repeat this result. They will understand that their strength lies in logic, structure, consistency, and the ability to act without panic. 2026 will be the year when Capricorns officially join those whom Vanga called those who carry their own peak. His path to $1 million will not be accidental, spontaneous, or gifted. It will be earned, built, suffered, and deserved. 2026 will make Capricorn not just rich, but unshakable. Aquarius. At the beginning of 2026, Aquarius will feel an inner tension that will not be frightening. It will be a signal that his life is entering a phase that Baba Vanga called the time of the open sky. This is a period when opportunities do not hide, but come out to meet you, and when a person with non-standard thinking is able to turn the boldest idea into a real financial result. Aquarius, as one of the most unpredictable signs, will get a rare chance in 2026, a chance to break their own limitations. Their path to big money will begin not with logic, but with the awakening of an inner impulse, the very one that Vanga said, "When Aquarius hears itself, it hears the world." In January, Aquarius will begin to reevaluate everything they have been doing in recent years. Structures that previously seemed stable will suddenly become irrelevant. The ideas he has put off will begin to demand implementation. Aquarius's big-picture thinking will become a driver of change. He will feel that he is capable of more than the numbers in his life show. It will be a month of inner awakening. Aquarius will come to understand that in order to make big money, he must allow himself to think not in terms of boundaries, but in terms of horizons. February will be the month when Aquarius takes the first practical step towards change. Their intuition will be exceptionally strong. They will begin to act more boldly than before. Aquarius will see opportunities in areas that others do not even look at. They will feel that in order to develop, they do not need to fit into the old rules. They can create new ones. In February, a partner, idea, resource, or unexpected source of income may appear. This will be the first confirmation of Vanga's words about Aquarius. He will discover what others are looking for. March will be a month of intellectual breakthroughs. During this period, Aquarius will receive information that will change their perception of financial deals, opportunities. They will begin to see patterns where others see chaos. Their ability to analyze logically and intuitively sense trends will make them one of the strongest players of the year. March will be the time when they finally find a tool that brings in real money. In April, Aquarius will enter a phase of growth. All of his decisions will be accurate, bold, and effective. He will strengthen old ties and create new ones. During this period, he will receive his first large profit of the year. This will not be a random income. It will be the result of deep analysis and the ability to see ahead. Aquarius will begin to form his own income system. It is in April that they will realize that they can not only participate in the game, but also dictate the rules. May will be a month of high tension, but creative tension. Aquarius will feel that the atmosphere around them is changing. There will be offers, new projects, and revised terms of cooperation. They will become the center of attention. People will notice their ideas and want to join in their activities. In May, Aquarius will make a decision that will become the foundation of their $1 million rise. Vanga said, Aquarius must see themselves in the future before the future sees them. This is exactly what will happen in May. In June, they will enter a phase of stable growth. Income will become predictable and gradually increase. This is what will create a sense of financial freedom. Aquarius will begin to control what previously controlled him. This will be a month of developing financial discipline. Not like Capricorn's, but his own, flexible, progressive, unrestrained. In June, Aquarius will realize that they are capable of working with large numbers without fear. In July, a sharp rise awaits them. This will be a month when they not only scale up their activities, but also stabilize them. Aquarius will begin to think in terms of systems and platforms. They will no longer see themselves as an individual. They will be a force that creates structures. Their main weapon will be innovation, and it is this that will lead to serious financial upheavals. July will be the point where they feel that there is no turning back now. In August, Aquarius will face a test, not external, but internal. They will have to give up the limitations that remain from the past. These may be fear of risk, self-doubt, or uncertainty about the correctness of decisions. Aquarius will understand that in order to earn big money, they must stop thinking comfortably. They will overcome their doubts and become stronger. August will open up new financial horizons. In September, the second wave of growth will begin. Aquarius will have the opportunity to enter an industry or field that previously seemed inaccessible. High technology, investments, large-scale creative projects. Wherever Aquarius appears, they will bring ideas that generate profit. September will be a month of professional maturation. They will no longer experiment. They will begin to implement. In October, Aquarius will become an authority. People who previously doubted their approaches will begin to seek their advice. This will increase their status and the value of their work. Financial flows will increase. During this period, they will be able to access resources that they previously only dreamed of. October will be the month when Aquarius realizes that he is one of those whom Vanga called the bearers of the future. In November, he will receive the largest profit of the year. This could be a large-scale deal, a successful investment, income from a project, or revenue that exceeds all previous indicators. November will bring Aquarius a sum that will be the key to reaching the $1 million level. They will see that their work has not been in vain. Everything they did in 2026 is now bearing real fruit. In December, Aquarius will enter a state of greatest financial power. They will become one of those about whom Vanga said, "They do not chase money, money follows them." In December, they will end the year at the top, not because of luck, but because they have found themselves, their tools, their vision, and their strength. 2026 will transform Aquarius into a person who creates a new financial reality. His path to $1 million will be the result of intelligence, vision, courage, and the ability to stay ahead of the times. He will join the group of those whom Vanga called pioneers of a new path. Pisces. At the beginning of 2026, Pisces will enter a state that Baba Vanga described as the calm before the big rise. This calm will not be passive. It will be an internal reboot, a moment when Pisces will feel a clear direction for the first time in a long time. Their intuition, which has always been stronger than logic, will begin to work as a precise instrument, suggesting the right decisions in 2026 will be a period for Pisces when their softness will turn into flexibility and their emotionality into the ability to sense market changes before others. This is how Vanga explained the power of this sign. Pisces see underwater currents where others see smooth water. And it is this ability that will open the way to big capital for them. In January, Pisces will feel an inner renewal. They will begin to reject the chaos and uncertainty that accompanied them before. It will be a month of clearing space. Old ideas, ineffective collaborations, unnecessary burdens. All of this will disappear from their lives. Pisces will understand that they need to work not harder, but more purposefully. It is in January that they will receive the first signal that the year will be special. An opportunity will arise that previously seemed unattainable. They will not yet take it in their hands, but they will already feel its presence. In February, Pisces will begin to move more confidently. And although their actions may seem soft, there will be strength behind this softness. They will not tell others about their plans. They will quietly and precisely begin to form new financial directions. A partner may appear who sees potential in Pisces, or a new activity that opens the way to significant income. In February, Pisces will lay the foundation for a year that will be a turning point. Vanga said, "When Pisces find their flow, the water itself carries them forward." So it will be. March will be the month when Pisces feel the power of their inner foresight. Their intuition will work almost flawlessly. They will make decisions quickly, but not impulsively. March will bring them their first serious profit. They will see that they are capable of earning money not only through work, but also through strategic intuition. This month, a channel of income will open up that will become the main one throughout the year. In April, Pisces will find themselves at the center of processes that previously seemed inaccessible. This could be a project, collaboration, agreement, or new market. They will act boldly, but still quietly. The absence of unnecessary noise will be their advantage. In April, they will increase their income and feel that their presence in the financial sphere is becoming noticeable. Vanga said that Pisces are capable of working in such a way that they are invisible, but the result is visible to everyone. This will become a reality in April. In May, Pisces will begin to work systematically to expand their activities. This will be the month when they start planning for the future, not in weeks, but in years ahead. Their ability to see the invisible will be the key to new decisions. They will be able to increase their income stream, and for the first time, feel that their financial stability no longer depends on external factors. In May, Pisces will be able to turn their talents into assets. In June, they will enter a phase that can be called their first major takeoff. This month, they will receive a large sum of money, perhaps the largest since the beginning of the year. This amount will not be a coincidence. It will be the result of a correctly chosen strategy. Pisces will see that they can manage their finances flexibly and confidently. In June, they will begin to think in terms of big capital. July will be a month of internal strengthening. Pisces will feel that money is not only a resource, but also a responsibility. They will begin to create structures that will allow them to control financial flows without unnecessary stress. Perhaps they will improve their accounting, create systems, automate processes, or form a team. In July, Pisces will feel like the true owners of their financial lives. In August, a test awaits them. It will be a month when they will have to make a difficult decision, take a risk for significant growth, or remain at a stable but small level. Pisces will surprise even themselves. They will choose growth. They will overcome their fears and take a step that will lead to great profits. It is in August that Pisces will see for the first time that their strength lies in both courage and flexibility. In September, the second wave of growth will begin. Pisces will gain access to opportunities that previously seemed fantastic. They may start investing, buying assets, working with large orders, or expanding their business. Their decisions will be accurate, and their financial flow will be stable. September will be the month when Pisces finally realize that they are among the 10 strongest in financial terms. In October, they will begin to work on a scale that makes a person rich. They will control processes that previously seemed complex. In October, Pisces will find a way to increase their income several times over. It will be a month of high-level decisions and cold analysis. Pisces will cease to be soft. They will become precise. This is what Vanga called the change of Pisces to the power of the current. In November, Pisces will receive the largest profit of the year. It will be so significant that it will change their financial psychology. Pisces will realize that $1 million is not a fairy tale, but the real result of their actions. This could be a deal, an investment, a sale, or a large project. November will be the culmination of the year, when Pisces will move into a financial class that previously seemed unattainable. In December, they will end the year in a state of strength. It will be a state where they look to the future without fear. Their financial flow will be stable, systematic, and large-scale. In December, Pisces will feel that they have become one of those about whom Vanga said, "They walk quietly, but they come first." And that is exactly how they will enter 2027, with $1 million and a sense of their own deep, unshakable strength. 2026 will transform Pisces into a sign that gains wealth not through aggression or pursuit, but through depth, intuition, consistency, and courage. They will prove that water can not only flow, it can lift.